Hey guys, Danny here. Today I'm putting the SQ12 and the SQ11 in a head-to-head. Stay tuned. So I'm sure some of you are asking yourself the question, what camera is better? And maybe you're having trouble deciding on which one you want to purchase. So I'm going to be running through some key points today on what these cameras can do, and I'll be putting them head-to-head. So let's dive straight into the video. Let's run through a few specs on these cameras to see how different they really are. They both come packing a 200 milliamp hour battery, and they're both stated to have up to a 60-minute working time on a full charge. The battery charging time for the SQ11 is between 2 to 3 hours. The charging time on the SQ12 is 2 hours. They both have a 1.2 megapixel camera. The SQ11 has an f2.0 aperture and the SQ12 has a f2.5 aperture. The SQ11 has a 3.6mm lens and the SQ12 has a 2.3mm lens. They both record in H.264 and they both have a maximum frame rate of 30 frames per second, and they can both record up to 180p, which is full HD, although I'm pretty sure this is upscaled from 720p. They're both able to take 12 megapixel photos. They both also state that they support up to a 32GB micro SD. I haven't tested higher cards, but normally they will work on these sort of devices. The SQ11 has a smaller field of view at 120 degrees. The SQ12 has a wider field of view at 150 degrees, which I prefer. Both cameras support motion detection. The SQ11 motion detection distance is stated to be between 5 to 10 meters, whereas the SQ12 is 2 to 3 meters, so a lot shorter. They both also support night vision, and they both have the same distance as 3 to 5 meters for this feature. So specs are all well and good, but it's all about how well they perform. I'm going to be putting both of these through some video tests, and we'll see how they perform. So in this test, I've stuck both cameras to my mini RC truck, and we'll see how well these handle shake and some fast movement speeds. If you want to buy this truck or you'd like to see my review, you can check out the annotation in the video now. So I think you'll agree with me that the SQ12 is clearly better in this footage. Of course, you've got the wider field of view. It seems to be a lot less shaky, probably again helped by the field of view. And also the color quality looks a bit better. It doesn't look as washed out, and just in general the quality looks a fair bit better. So I think the SQ12 clearly wins here, hands down. The sound quality sounds very similar here. I think it sounds a bit louder on the SQ12, but not necessarily any clearer. We're now going to move on to a handheld video test. Okay, so first off we're doing a audio test to see if one of the cameras performs better with audio. Hopefully you can hear me loud and clear. You should be able to notice a field of view difference on each camera. The SQ12 has a wider field of view and the SQ11 is less at 120 degrees and the SQ12 is 150. Now we're going to test out night vision mode. First up is the SQ11, so I'm going to put this into night vision mode now. There we go. You can see for some reason one of the lights isn't working. We're still going to go ahead and test this anyway. Okay guys, so now I'm in a completely dark room. Hopefully you should be able to see me. I'm going to hold the camera as far away as I can from myself, and then I'll bring it a little bit closer. And now we'll move on to the SQ12. So the SQ12 only has 2 night vision lights. So let's go ahead and turn these on. There we go. They do seem quite bright, however. You can see they have almost like these, the camera picks up this weird sort of light coming off them. But anyway, let's test this out. So here we have the SQ12. I'm back in this same room. And again, I'll put the camera as far away from me as I can, just to see how all this night vision picks me up. And then I'll bring it a little bit closer. So I've put both cameras into motion detection mode. I'm going to try and sneak past them and see if they both pick up my movement. And I'm going to try and move at quite a far distance to see if they're able to work from far away. And then I'll gradually move closer, so as in case one of them doesn't actually detect me. Both cameras seemed to pick me up as soon as I got into frame. This could be caused by some movement in the background. The leaves and stuff were blowing, so I'm not sure if these actually turned the camera on before I got into frame, but they definitely do work. I've tested them after this, and they both seem to work just as well. The SQ12 has a slightly wider field of view, so it does seem to pick you up a bit sooner than the SQ11, but both seem to work fine at a short distance. If you've seen any of my other camera reviews, you know this is a test I always like to do, mainly because it gives a good indication of the frame rate and the stability of the camera. Because the rope is moving at a high speed, if the camera can't keep up in terms of the frame rate, the rope becomes very blurred and you kind of get this flickering effect. But the SQ12 does look like it performs a lot better. The color looks slightly more accurate and it looks a little bit less jittery. But the main thing, of course, is the field of view. You'll see on the SQ11 it doesn't get me in the shot, which is rather annoying, whereas when we switch over to the SQ12 it is a massive difference. The cameras are mounted next to each other, so to be sure that they are in the same position to make it fair competition, but you can see the SQ12 is much better, much more akin to today's action cameras, so this is definitely a big step up, and so far I think the SQ12 is a really great camera at a really good price. Both cameras can be used as a webcam. This is a really nice extra feature to have. I love how these cameras are so multifunctional. The SQ12 of course performs better. I tested this function just using the camera app in Windows 10. Of course, if you'd like to buy either of these products, you'll find the link in the description with free shipping. I'll also put my full review for each of these products in the description, so be sure to check those out. So there you have it guys, that is my comparison of the SQ12 and the SQ11. I'm sure you'll agree the SQ12 is a much better camera. At the time of filming this video, the SQ12 is about £11 and the SQ11 is about £10, but in flash sale you can pick these up quite a bit cheaper. They are both very good deals, but I would definitely say pick up the SQ12 unless for some reason you can't find it at the price that's right for you. The SQ11 is also a good option, but the SQ12 definitely outperforms the older version, and I'm really impressed with this camera. It's very multifunctional. You can use it as a webcam, as you've seen. It has lots of different features, and the quality for something that's so cheap really isn't too bad. As you saw, I put this on my mini RC truck, but I've also put this on my drone. It's such a lightweight camera that it will fix onto a lot of RC products and won't cause you any problems because of the weight. This weighs, I think, 16 grams, whereas the SQ11 is 20 grams, but they're both plenty light enough to use on many of your RC products without any problems. These Chinese cameras have been around for a long time, but they've come a long way and they're becoming more and more refined. I'm really impressed with this model, and I would definitely recommend picking it up if you was thinking of doing so. I really hope you enjoyed the video guys. If you liked it, please give a thumbs up, And hey, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this one, and I will see you in the next one.